Can you repair a broken spring ring clasp yourself? Imagine your favorite necklace suddenly won't stay closed, and you wonder if you can fix it yourself. Well, the good news is that fixing a broken spring ring clasp is often doable at home. But it depends on what's wrong and your comfort with small tools. A spring ring clasp is a tiny circular piece with a spring inside that opens and closes to secure your jewelry. When it breaks, it's usually because the spring inside has lost tension or the small ears that hold the spring in place are damaged. Sometimes, the clasp just gets bent out of shape or the ring opens up slightly. If the clasp is just loose or slightly open, you might be able to fix it with a pair of small jewelry pliers. Carefully squeeze the ring to close it tighter so it holds better. Be gentle to avoid bending or breaking the metal further. If the clasp is bent out of shape, gently reshape it with the pliers until it closes properly again. Replacing the entire clasp is often the easiest fix. You can buy a new spring ring clasp at most jewelry supply stores or online. To do this, use needle nose pliers to twist open a small jump ring. Remove the broken clasp, slide the new one onto the jump ring, and then close it securely. This process takes just a few minutes and requires minimal tools. Fixing a broken internal spring is more complex. The spring inside is tiny and delicate, and making a replacement spring requires special wire and some skill. You would need to coil the wire carefully to match the original spring size and shape, then insert it into the clasp. This is not recommended unless you have experience with tiny metalwork and the right tools. Repairing broken ears or tongues of the clasp involves shaping or soldering small metal parts. This is a delicate task that usually needs professional equipment and skills. Attempting this at home without proper tools can cause more damage. In general, minor repairs like replacing the clasp or fixing a bent ring are simple enough for most people with basic jewelry tools. But if the internal spring is broken or the clasp is heavily damaged, it's best to see a professional jeweler. They have the right tools and experience to do a safe, lasting repair. When working on jewelry, always use good lighting and magnification if possible. Be patient and gentle to avoid causing further harm. For valuable or sentimental pieces, professional repair is the safest choice. So yes, you can fix a broken spring ring clasp yourself if it's a simple issue like replacing the clasp or adjusting a bent ring. But for internal spring or complex damage, calling in a professional is the best way to keep your jewelry safe and working well.